Hello lovely people, thanks a lot for clicking on this video. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. You keep coming back, you're much. My name is Nwa and I am a teens coach. We're going to be starting a series on sibling rivalry in teens. Let's get right into the video. Sibling rivalry. Most times when we hear the term sibling rivalry, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, little children fighting, or children that are not brought up properly fighting. Your parental skills might have nothing to do with sibling rivalry in your children. Most times, sibling rivalry is inevitable. In as much as we think of little children experiencing sibling rivalry spans from little children to teenagers. In fact, it's more severe in teenagers because they are more expressive. They can use their words. So we have cussing involved, we've got name calling involved, and then we've got fighting involved in sibling rivalry when it has to do with teenagers. So we wonder, why do you even fight? What are you fighting about? So at the heart of sibling rivalry is a fight for parents' approval or attention. So there's also the fear that a parent might approve or love one sibling more than the other, or that their parents' approval is dependent on a certain skill that one sibling has more of than the other sibling has. I know that as parents, we strive really hard to love our children equally and not to pit them against each other. But the community, the society just doesn't help matters. Much of the competitive pressure actually comes from outside the home. So we have the educational system, the sporting discipline, the behavioral system, all trying to fix our children into certain levels where they fall into based on this category. So all this emphasizes attainment that distinguishes one child from another, or the best from the worst, in quotes. So this is particularly difficult for teenagers if they are not performing as well as their brothers or their sisters. So the sibling rivalry is actually worse when the age difference between these teenagers is not much, and then when they are the same sex, it's worse because we're of the same category, so we'll probably be fixed into the same kind of sports, trying to achieve the same kind of things. So if the age difference is not much, you find out that they are either in the same class or just a year below the other one. There will seriously be a basis for comparison. What did you get in your maths test? Oh, I got this, you got this. Oh, when I was in your class, I could do better or something. So there is always this squabble. So the pressure coming from outside, helping to categorize our children into good or not so good, will not be helping matters. So our educational grades already have placed our children. Are they getting A's or are they getting B's? Or are they doing worse? So yes, dear parents, tension between siblings could be stressful, but fighting and siblings being mean to each other is totally normal. Why sibling rivalry? Why are there squabbles between my children? So I'm just going to share 3 reasons why. The first one will be children have competing needs, and then there will be fight for resources. What resources are we talking about here? Parents, of course. Your children need you, they need your attention. So they will fight. If we're talking about the smaller children, you find out that, oh, there's another baby coming to take all the attention and taking the spotlight from me. But now that's for children. For teenagers, yes, they also desire our attention. Especially when you are applauding one child and the other child seems to get no applaud whatsoever. It could make the other one throw tantrums. And sibling rivalries ranges from not just them fighting each other. It could be hiding the other person's stuff and making the other person look for it. It could be insulting, name calling, blaming, arguing. It could be anything. So those are just different ways that they throw tantrums or different ways that they react. So sibling rivalry might not necessarily be that, oh, they are arguing. It could even be just staring at each other meanly. That's a form of sibling rivalry, okay? So it could be any of these things. So they desire our attention. They will fight for 100% of your attention at all times. So another reason could also be adolescent development. You know, in teenagers, they are beginning to find themselves. They are beginning to discover whom they are. So they are trying on different faces, trying to know whom they really are. And in trying to discover themselves, they want to be unique. They don't want to be like anybody else. But then when you are forcing them to be like their sister or be like their brother, they'll begin to throw tantrums. They don't want to be squeezed in a box. The last point I would like to say on this is teenagers still crave attention. Even though they're gonna pretend, I don't need you, mama, I don't need you, papa. No, that's just an act. They crave your attention. So you will hear arguments based on fairness. It's not fair. You're always doing this. And they will keep arguing and arguing about it. It's simply because they're trying to tell you, you give a lot more time to this other person and you give me none. Why? So let's not mistake their wanting to be grown for not wanting you around them. No, they still crave your attention. Because we still hear teenagers say things like, my parents don't understand me, or my parents are never available, my parents are there in the house, but then they do not give me any attention, and stuff like that. So it just tells us that teenagers still crave their parents' attention. So kids will always fight. Teenagers would fight. Your children would fight. But then it is your duty as parents to find out the triggers, then foster attitudes and behaviors that bring noteworthy changes. So sibling rivalry is totally normal. You're doing a good job as a parent. Yeah, change a thing or two, but you're doing a good job. Don't beat yourself up because your children are always fighting. In our next video, we're going to be talking about how parents should react to siblings rivalry. If you love this video, don't forget to give us a big fat thumbs up and click the subscription button if you haven't done that already. I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.